It was very important for me to come here because I have a small business, and I'm Christian as well. So I kind of was struggling with the tactics in the business industry and how you do things. I thought the bribe was always the way, but then here I learned that you don't really have to pay bribe for your business to succeed, because you won't have peace with it. Ubuntu mission is very important here in South Africa, especially because it makes an impact to most of the businessmen and businesswomen in South Africa, making them play a fair game, yes. And what I will take home with me is everything that I've learned there. Everything. It's very, very important because there's so many things that they tackled and they wowed me. And they made me realize why the small business that I wanted to open didn't work.
Is there anything else that you think you'll take away from this in particular? Any major things that you're leaving with?
The perception to the business, to the whole business term or concept. Because I used to think it's all about fluctuation, economic whatever and everything, and all those economics and everything and all those big words. But no, actually it's just a simple thing. It's that huge thing broken down into small little things that you can handle, and you can gradually grow and go back to its bigness, but being aligned with God, doing it right with God, and God as your boss.
Thanks to you listeners, the ones who are watching. My name is Bulelani, aka Bob. My surname is Dembe. Yes, I come from South Africa, and I come from Gauteng, Johannesburg, the city of gold. And I come from the township called Tembisa, and the section called Winnie Mandela. It's also a squatter camp, but fortunately enough, by the grace of God, my dad was actually able to take us from that squatter camp, building a house on the very same place, so that we can actually have a better shelter, and we're not saying that we are actually better people, but we are better people, I've got a company, I've got a company called Abieza. That means God is with me, and I've also got another company, a cooperative where I work with Tansi and other guys called Imbeu. We've got also another NGO called Ama Vinki Vonko Club Destiny. It's an organization that actually helps the youth, actually teaching them, grooming them, helping them in starting businesses, but with actually the help of
Could you explain
Ubuntu Mission.
what happened here as a result of your time at the Ubuntu Mission?
I can say that out of my expectations, a lot has happened. Actually, when I came from home, I was here to be assisted, in building a company. Where else actually, that was part of actually the program, but I feel I've been actually realized the new me. I figured who I am in the business. Actually I was all over when I was actually doing my business at home, with my friends, but when I actually came to this invitation and the program that actually Ubuntu Mission is actually doing, I've realized a lot, actually how to run the business, how to treat people in the business, so yeah, I can say that also how actually the business can be aligned with God. I didn't know that, actually I was two-faced. I would actually treat God, actually focus on God on Sundays, and then on Monday I would go into business, treat people unfairly, but here I've actually discovered that everything that I was actually doing, it was wrong. No wonder why actually I was not succeeding in the field of business that I was actually doing.
Why do you think the mission is important to South Africa?
Ubuntu Mission is very important, more especially I can say to the youth, because they are our future leaders. Not to say that I don't care about the leaders who are already running, but to the youth, they need to know what is actually happening in the business, rather than going to schools to be taught to actually serve someone else. Not to say that it's wrong to serve someone else, it is good. But I feel it is good for actually the kind of the strategy that actually Ubuntu Mission is bringing to actually South Africa, to say we are actually saying go to school. We are not actually stopping you going to school. We're saying go to school, but see what is it that you can innovate in South Africa. What is it that you can actually change? You know, what is it that you see that needs change from what you've acquired from school into the reality? You know, it can be in your workplace, you know, even if you're looking for a job, you know, you can go there, teach your manager a new strategy, you know, from what you've actually learned from school, those kind of things. So that's why I think Ubuntu Mission is very important, to actually bring that Ubuntu again into people, you know, that humanity, you know, that juiciness of actually human being, you know. So that's why I think it's very important to have such programs and organizations as well as Ubuntu Mission.
How do you think your thinking changed, and what are your big takeaways as a result of your time here?
Wow, a lot, you know, a lot. I'm a motivator, you know. I speak to people, I preach at church, you know. I think the learning, the education, the wisdom that I acquired from this program, you know, I think actually it's full. My bag already, if you can go to my room, it's full, you know, full of education, knowledge, you know. So I cannot just actually close the bag when I actually arrive at home. I need to open it, not in my room, but in my actually living place, in my environment, in my township. I need to open this bag of knowledge that I've acquired, give it to others, you know, give it to others, preach to them. Actually, tell them, actually show them actually how they can actually see the side of whatever lifestyle they're actually living. That life actually can be like two-sided, you know, like as we know that when you actually look at yourself in a mirror, you know, you see someone else, you know. I think that is actually what I'm going to take to them, to say, you know what, guys, I'm from such and such a program, you know, called Ubuntu Mission. This is how I look at myself, you know, and I see that I don't actually find myself in this mirror. When I looked into this mirror, I saw you guys behind me. So I think you guys must actually join me, and then let us walk through this journey.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us about the Ubuntu Mission and your journey?
Wow, I love Ubuntu Mission. I love the part where they actually okay, I understand the part of the business, you know, that they're actually teaching, but the God part, you know. Yesterday we had a session, a fire session, you know. I cried. My first time in my life, I cried to God. I gave thanks to God, you know. Actually, whenever we did another I can say maybe a program, or I don't know, where actually team came with the cross, you know, where he said, I need to go there, you know, nail my struggles, you know. Actually, before I could even go there, I saw Christ, you know, on the very same cross that I actually wanted to nail, you know. And then I was like, what? Am I really re-nailing Christ, re-crucifying him? You know, actually I've discovered who I am, you know. And I love Ubuntu Mission. I love everything that they do, you know. I just pray that God, you know, can bring more energy to Ubuntu Mission and let them come every month, you know. So because it was a really great pleasure to have you guys. Thank you so much.
My name is Tansimuloi. I am from South Africa, in a province called Gauteng, in a township called Tembisa, a section called Matela Gofa. It's an informal settlement somewhere around the Ekurhuleni region.
So how would you explain what happened here during the last few days at the Ubuntu Mission for you?
It has been a wonderful experience for myself, especially now that I came as a leader. I've been with Ubuntu Mission for 3 years now. I came as a delegate 3 years back, and I was recruited into being a leader. And Ubuntu Mission has really affected my life. They have given me an opportunity of leading and also being part of the trainers at Ubuntu Mission. So that itself has given me confidence as a leader. I'm a leader from where I come from. I'm a section leader. I'm a leader from Ubuntu Matela Gofa, informal settlement. I'm a youth leader there. So this has reinforced my confidence. It has boosted my confidence as a leader, and I'm quite grateful for that opportunity. I thank you very much for Ubuntu Mission for that.
Why do you think the Ubuntu Mission is important to South Africa?
I think Ubuntu Mission is important to South Africa for the opportunities that they are bringing. In fact, here we have experts that are like business gurus from overseas. They've got a lot of experiences, they've got a lot of knowledge, and there is wealth of knowledge that they are bringing here. So a lot of young people's lives have been transforming, including myself. Because when I came here, I came as an ordinary young person from Ekasi, meaning a ghetto. a township, that I came here as an ordinary young person who never knew much about business. I never even had that interest or the desire to pursue business. But now, 3 years later, I have managed to establish a cooperative. In fact, there are two cooperatives. Plus, we managed to improve our youth organization. We got sponsors and things are just going well. We've got close to 2 offices for now. So a lot of lives have been affected through me. Ubuntu has affected my life, and my organization has touched millions of lives in my neighborhood. And the company have managed to create jobs even. So I think Ubuntu Mission is the door or the key to the success of many young lives, especially those that are from disadvantaged families, from squatter camps like myself. So it has really affected my life, and that I say may the good Lord bless them and give them more inspiration and more resources to continue doing what they're doing. We really appreciate. I mean, we only pay 300 rand for, how many speakers do we have this time? I think we've got 8, if not 10 speakers, business experts who sacrificed their time. They flew from all over, they flew, and we cannot even afford a single speaker, but they all came under one roof, all of them together. So it's a lot of money that we could have paid. So I think this is an awesome opportunity for every young person, not only young person, every aspiring business person to be part of this program. I think it will really change a lot of lives, and the future is bright for South Africa.